to episode 8 of Coaches on the Couch. This is going to be based on summer nutrition. And we brought Sam along today, who actually has studied a degree in nutrition, haven't you, Sam?
I have, yeah. Also, when I met Tom, I'd just come off the back end of finishing my sport and exercise and nutrition degree. And then I went and did physiology as well. So yeah, it's good. I'm also a massive foodie as well, so I love my recipes and cooking as well.
Which we will be tagging onto the end of this. We've all got a few different recipes that we're going to be giving you for free, as long as you watch till the end. Now, touching upon summer nutrition, obviously, you know, the weather's getting nicer. It becomes very tempting to go out more, eating out and about, which is something that is adaptable around, but it's important to know the right food choices and what to go with. Yeah. So with your clients, for example, Lee, how do you program them for the summer?
It's pretty similar to how it's programmed normally, but obviously there's a lot more social events, stuff like that, barbecues, and it's just kind of knowing what to do when you're there, or you can calorie bank up to it, things like that, and just choosing the better options whilst you are there as well. So it all depends on the social occasion. And
so if you've got a client then that enjoys going out in the summer, they enjoy going for a couple of drinks and the social events, how do you calorie bank or account for that with them?
So if they just want a few drinks, say they're going out on a Sunday, going to the pub for a few drinks, they'll probably go for a walk or something before anyway. So like that's the good thing about summer, like people are a lot more active than in winter. And then what I would probably do, depending on how many drinks they want, I'll just say, like, go carb free in your breakfast. So just have a protein shake for breakfast, for example. Yeah. Something like that. And then you're saving on a good, like, 200-300 calories there that are going to then allow for some alcohol or some drinks. Yeah. Little things like that. If it's going to be like a heavy day of drinking, then obviously you want to calorie bank a bit more. But it all kind of depends how mental
what social occasion that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with then social occasion. I know you said you're a big foodie, Sam. Barbecues, big one, summer. How would you approach someone's barbecue? What advice would you give them around that?
So very similar to Lee. I'm a big fan of if you know there's a barbecue in the week coming up, reducing your calories in a week prior. Obviously making sure that you've got saved your calories for the weekend. But then on the morning, again, either pushing your meal back till later in the day, or just reducing that portion within that meal. So again, reducing the carbohydrates, just having a slightly smaller portion.
When it comes to the barbecue food, now everyone's barbecues are different. I know when we have a big family barbecue, or you have one with your friends, a lot of the food, you know, there's a lot of meat, isn't there? So a lot of times it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But then it's the salads, the like potatoes all dressed in all the sauce and everything else that is where people think, oh, that's the healthy choice. That's usually the more calorie dense.
Not necessarily, the healthiest choice, especially it's the dressings, isn't it, really, and the sauces and the condiments. They can definitely add up. So
a go-to barbecue then, what would you really recommend, sort of food choices that you go for, just to try and keep the calories low? So you can still enjoy it?
Yeah, so obviously everyone's going to have a burger. Depending on how strict you want to be, you could do without a bun, but that's a lot of people aren't going to do that. Not a chance. So a good option, instead of like the normal, like the big cobs, the baps, try a brioche bun. That's like nearly half the calories there. So a brioche bun instead of like a normal big cob. That's a little quick change you can make. Then obviously I normally have chicken with like drumsticks or things like that, which is just high protein anyway. Obviously going to have a bit more fats, but it's still decent. A cheese slice, it's like 50 calories, not really much. So they're not actually that bad. It's like you said, it's going to be the added stuff with it.
Usually them healthy portions that people think that makes
pairing it with a salad, I suppose. If you just have a burger, you can just pair it with salad, but it's what's in that salad.
The sausages obviously are going to be, they're a lot of fat in sausages, but I would stick to I'd do probably a burger, drumsticks or whatever, bulk it out with some salad.
Just salad dressing though, not like the potatoes and everything else.
Yeah, I don't really do that on barbecues anyway. So, but yeah, so it's not even as bad as you'd
probably think. And that's I think where people fall into the trap of. A lot of the times, like it becomes a healthy option because it's very protein dense. You know, that's going to fill you quicker. It's going to keep you fuller for the rest of the day. But something that we did touch on just, especially like this week's been really hot, is that appetite as well.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to stick to, you know, you're trying to be really good over the summer, you want to stay in really good shape. Yeah, you've accounted for the meal of the weekend, but you're finding your appetite throughout the week's quite suppressed. What sort of foods would you recommend that's going to be easy to eat, easy digestible, and keep you focused throughout the summer?
I like to fill up on. Personally, I'm a big fan of a salad when it comes to summer, but still having your carbohydrates within your salad, but maybe just opting for something a little bit less satiating. Like I'm a big fan of like a pitta, so I'll chop up some pitta in my salad, have that with chicken.
Like the lunchtime option.
That's a lunchtime option. I'm quite a big
warmer.
In terms of breakfast, Greek yogurt fruit. Massive fan of Greek yogurt fruit. Honey.
A lot of people like the salads and stuff in summer.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my clients will say, "Oh, can I have a salad instead of like my bagel or whatever?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
But would you find that's making it harder to stick to calories sometimes to achieve your calorie goal for the day for some of your clients?
If they did that, say they took out a bagel and just had a chicken salad, I'd say, "Joe, just bump your carbs up a little bit in the evening."
Yeah.
Stuff like
Just
that.
adding something like pitta or
Yeah,
potatoes.
yeah.
and
Changing
salad.
that to a nice light lunch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, when it's cooler in the morning, maybe bumping up calories a little bit.
Yeah.
And in the evening, making up for your calories that you've missed throughout the day,
Yeah.
which in a way gives you some really nice tea options then.
Exactly.
And then if you are going out more, all of a sudden, them sellers that you're having, you could potentially do like a 5-2 diet. That's what I do with some people that want to be very social. Like throughout the week, okay, we'll bring calories down a touch. Like your lunchtime meal is going to be like a salad because it's going to be like 400 or 500 calories, obviously depending on the salad that you're making. But then you bank maybe a good 1,000, 1,500 calories for the weekend, where then you're going to enjoy it with your kids, your friends, whatever you're doing. You know you're in a really good place then, so it can work really well.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the time with like some clients, if they know they've got like multiple social occasions, like I give my client like everyone gets like an off-plan meal a week anyway, but some of them, if they have got multiple social occasions coming up, it's just that little bit of communication that can keep you on plan. Like we said, your calorie bank, and then you're kind of still within your calories. You can kind of have it guilt-free, enjoy it. Whereas if you don't message and you just go and have whatever, and then you're wondering why you've gained weight and you've not made progress. Like it's a lot of it, like this time of year, is the communication is
Accountability behind
and accountability. Is key.
I also think how it affects the next day. I'm like something that I bang on with clients about is not letting it affect the following day. So if you've had that barbecue, you've enjoyed yourself, you've had a few drinks, the next day, getting straight back on it, not letting it affect that day after, because that's where you can fall off track. It's like, oh well, I ate unhealthy, I had a few drinks yesterday, so I may as well do the same again today.
And that's one of the biggest things, you know, in the industry. Like a lot of people watching this, September usually is the biggest time for people joining the gym, for getting a PT, getting a coach, because they've dropped it over the summer. They've gone and done all these social events that they could have done anyway, but they just weren't held accountable. You're going to put on a stone or two. By the end of summer, the final festivals of the year, like Leeds Fest and all that one, like
August,
end of August, where you want to be looking good for. But because you've let yourself slip every week, you're not in the shape you want to be. Whereas you could have done everything you did, but by having someone holding you accountable, and okay, you went off track that day, the rest of the week we'll just sort it out.
Yeah.
You know,
It's that simple. And it's a lot of the time people will just it's the same thing, like they'll stop or they'll put off starting because they've got a load of social occasions coming on.
Yeah.
1 or 2 days, like it's fuck all. Like it's not going to make a massive difference. Like over like the space of like 3 months, if you've got 4, 5, 6 social occasions.
well, I've just come off the back of my all day, and I hit the drink really hard on one of the days. And I got back, I was like, oh my God, I've lost so much progress. We should do the mentality side of things.
You're getting your own
In
head.
a week, feel better than ever. I feel actually rested, recovered. My diet's back in place. And, you know, if you're just putting something off, like saying so many people do in the summer, you know, I have usually a couple of clients will drop off before summer simply due to, I'm really busy. I can't really stick to it. I'm like, well, this is the prime time. When you're busy, someone telling you, okay, well, you can have this at the weekend, you know, makes the nutritional side of things easy.
Because I've like with the I've had clients just do a photo shoot, and I said, right, have 2 days, eat whatever you want, like get all your cravings out of the system. Obviously, they all, like as you do, they all went fucking mental, which understandable. The diet's fucking hard. After like the first day, they were like, I want to get back on plan. I feel like absolute shit.
Yeah.
But then some of them, like, you need to tell them at the same time as well, like, right, enough's enough now. Get back on plan.
And when you've built on good nutrition habits, it's so once you do start eating shit again, it's so easy to go, oh, actually, you know, I kind of regret that now.
Yeah. But it's at the same time, it's like they've reached that goal. They've had that massive goal. Like a lot of
blowout.
them never have done it, and then they're obviously going to have a blowout. But it's about then setting new goals and getting them like straight back focused and back on plan.
And I think you mentioned a big one there is the feel good factor.
Yeah.
Like the way that eating well does make you feel, you know, if you look after your nutrition 80% of the time over summer, not only are you going to stay looking good, but feeling good.
Yeah.
And it's a big one when the sun's out, like
Confidence.
confidence in your body, confidence in the way that you look, the way that you feel about yourself. You know, if you're not eating right all summer, are you going to be confident in the sun? Are you going to want to take your top off?
You've just got the right balance between enjoying nutrition for the feel good side, but also enjoying nutrition for the social event. So, like you say, enjoying the barbecues, but also enjoying eating well 80% of the time. I'm a big fan of the 80-20, you know, 80%, 20% bit of flexibility.
That's it.
100%.
Yeah. I'm similar to that. Like, I'm obviously in off season, but it's a lot more flexible than prep.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot more, you can enjoy it a lot more, do a lot more. Like when you're in prep, it's a bit extreme.
Yeah, you're full on, you can't really have, as you're told, you can't have something up plan, you can't have nothing on plan.
So yeah, it's a lot better in that regard.
Okay, so that barbecue's covered, social events covered, and eating during the heat. Now, what would you have, like, you're a big foodie, what are your summer go-to meals? I know you said salad, but, you know, I've watched a lot of your Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely enjoy cooking.
Yeah, my first thing that comes to mind in summer, because we are just naturally busier and we want to do more stuff, in the evenings when you finish work, my big go-to is like a tray bake. I know it sounds really basic, but just a load of colourful veg, Mediterranean veg in a tray, potatoes, salmon, chicken,
My missus
flavour it in whatever you want. Yeah. Big fan. And then you know what's class about it, you can just put it all in the oven at the same time. It's like no prep at all. Yeah, it's so easy. Big fan of a tray bake, especially if you're lacking on time.
Meal prep?
Meal preps. Again, like I said earlier, salads, but just mixing up your carb sources each week, mixing up how you spice your chicken. Like the one just gone, I had like a chicken shawarma with a bit of feta cheese and some salad and like a tzatziki dip. Like,
nice.
Big fan of that. I'll post that one. That's one that's getting posted.
Yeah, sounds good.
With your nutrition, is the same, really, because
Mine's
you're on plan.
Yeah, mine's just the same, but I'll get burgers every night, chips every night. So it's
Obviously, you're on high calories, and we did touch upon like the feel of it. How are you finding yours at the moment with the heat, digestion-wise?
digestion. It's all right. I think some of it as well is like hydration. Like if you're not keeping yourself hydrated, I'll normally bloat. So, and there's a lot of clients say, "Oh, I feel dead bloated." I was like, "Oh, how much you drank?" A litre. Well, drink more. So I think a lot of it does come down to that as well, especially in the heat. You don't realise how much you're sweating out.
You need more water.
We mentioned in the car on the way down as well, is salts as well. With your water, like electrolytes. I just get electrolyte powder.
Yeah.
Have a scoop of that in the morning, just to make sure that I'm hydrated. Especially I'm training for a half marathon, so I've got them. Especially on the days where I'm strength training and running. Naturally, I'm just sweating a lot more. Salts are so important as well. On top of that,
As an average, what would you say people need to be drinking in the summer?
4 litres, I'd say.
Yeah.
3 or 4 litres minimum.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd agree. 4 litres, definitely. Yeah.
I drink more anyway. I drink like 6 litres a day, but
Yeah, but for like the average person in the summer, and obviously if you are out drinking, a big one I'd always recommend is nailing a good few extra litres the following day, like take it up to 5-6 litres, just to flush your system to make you feel good. But when you're doing that again, like I touched upon the salts, like just adding salts into your meal, you know,
Salt every
very
meal.
easy to do.
Yeah.
Because when you're eating healthier, now this is the big one that obviously media, oh, everyone's got too high salt in the diet. It's not if you're eating right.
Yeah.
When you're eating all the junk food, yeah, your salts are going to be higher.
Crazy
because it's
high.
in there and it's processed food. But as soon as you start eating well, you need to be adding salts to your foods.
Yeah.
Because it's not in there. It's naturally sourced food.
No.
And it's too much of the illusion of the media all the time saying, no, you can't have this, you can't have that. If you eat right, you 100% need the salt in your diet. Because if you're just pushing 4, 5, 6 litres of water a day, you're going to start feeling
I think
ill.
we spoke about it on one of them ages ago, because I didn't used to have salt or electrolytes, and every time I used to train, I used to cramp really bad.
Yeah.
Great.
Since I added electrolytes and I was literally salt every meal now, no cramp.
Yeah, you find your gym performance.
Yeah, gym performance up, energy,
Sleep.
100%.
sleep. Me in general, not really. My sleep's fine normally. It's just when it's super hot,
It's hard in this, isn't it?
just fucking sweating. I sweat. I'll sweat. I just sweat like a pig. But I don't really struggle with sleep. I just have the fan fucking beaming on me.
yeah.
So, but some people it does affect. You struggle with sleep naturally anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
With hydration as well. So it's like a struggle I have with some clients, and again in the summer people are going to be busy, you know, they're working and everything else. How would you tell them to get it in easier? If they like, I've worked with nurses and people like that, which usually they're the hardest people because they're physically not allowed a break.
Yeah.
Which is why they don't drink enough
Teachers as
water.
well.
Teachers.
Yeah.
They don't drink enough water because they're not allowed to go to the toilet. They need that water in them to make them feel good, and they're going to be even more dehydrated because the job's on the go and it's hot.
yeah, it's hard on it. But
Your body does adapt. The thing is, like, realistically, if you don't drink that much water, then all of a sudden you start drinking the right amount of water, you are going to need the toilet at first.
You're gonna be pissing
more,
like fuck.
but your body does adapt to it. So
I've always done it as an incremental.
Yeah.
People like that to allow the blood to grow back.
yeah.
So I tend to go with people that are on like 500 to 1 litre. If you just said across the summer, if each week you just added an extra 500 mil per week, by the end of summer you're going to be there or thereabouts where you should be.
yeah,
And all of a sudden, to be honest, once you hit like 2.5 litres compared to your original 500 to 1 litre, you're going to feel them benefits so much that you're going to be like, right,
Energy
I
levels.
want to be
Yeah.
because your energy levels will be spiked.
You're going to feel dehydrated when you're back
When
on.
you're
back to
not having enough, I can feel it now myself with the heat. I can feel
Yeah.
a bit dehydrated.
just keeping a bottle, like we've all fucking got them. Like just keep a bottle on you constantly. Like, when you're going out for a walk or whatever as well. Like I'll take my bottle with me. And
Yeah.
drink while I'm
It's key.
like I'm out.
Massive.
One thing I say to my clients as well, especially the ones that kind of reach for the coffee first thing in the morning, before your morning coffee, before your breakfast,
Hydrate for
500 ml of water first thing in the morning, because you tend to carry on that habit throughout the day as well.
yeah.
I think if you drink that water, if you wait until like midday to have your first glass of water, you're setting yourself
A lot of
up for fail,
people
aren't you?
do that as well. Like especially with coffee. Like I've had clients where they're like drinking 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee a day. And then you ask them how much water they're drinking, and they're like, "Oh, I struggle to
tea
get water in." You clearly don't. You just fucking drinking too much coffee.
Caffeine.
Yeah,
I have that one, like, does tea count?
yeah.
It does, yeah.
It's every drink of the day.
And that's another thing, like your liquid calories as well. Like if like a dash of milk, like people say a dash of milk, I'll put a dash of milk in, but it's like 50, 100 calories a cup, whatever. It adds up if you're having like 3, 4 a day.
Yeah.
Plus, if you have sugar, more calories.
You're wasting about 500-600 calories
Yeah.
on a few cups of tea.
And that's where people, they don't log that. If they are tracking, they tend not to log that.
Yeah. Underestimate it.
So, but yeah.
When when you studied your degree around nutrition, into what detail did you go?
We was more down the sport and exercise side of things, so it's more fueling for performance.
Yeah.
Which is, I absolutely love that bit.
Okay, so with
that.
people fueling for performance in the summer, how would you recommend it in and around the training windows?
Definitely making sure they're having a pre-workout meal that contains carbohydrates. I know that naturally you are going to be less hungry in the summer because of the heat, but it's still making sure that you are having your carbohydrates. But just quickly digestible carbs as well. Just something that's going to.
2 foods.
I'm a squares bar, banana kind of guy. Then electrolytes
We touched
or
about
bagels.
like this, didn't we, on the last session? Like, I've got I'm not going to lie, I've got squares bars from the pre-workout today, but I am more and more trying to cut all that out as much as possible. And I've noticed a big difference. Like I won't have them in the week. I'll have them on a rare occasion now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get a better spike from them, to be honest, when I have them.
Yeah.
But what would you recommend, Lee, as a pre-workout? Because I know you've gone very, very clean on your diet recently, haven't you? Where there's like literally...
A lot of sugar.
Yeah. To be like for me personally, like mine's either rice and chicken and rice
Yeah.
or chicken and potato. Like
How
that.
long before your training session would you eat a meal like that, just to make sure that it's digested?
I normally half an hour before. I'm normally
Really?
good. Yeah. And then I'll have all the stuff around the training window. So obviously I'll have either chicken and rice or chicken and potato.
Yeah.
And then I have cream of rice and just your whey. People have Cocoa Pops. They digest quite well, but I just
Do you add any fats into your pre-workout meal? Because I was researching recently around it, that obviously adding a little bit of fats into your pre-workout meal helps to slow down the release of the carbohydrates so that you get a better job in your session.
when I train in the morning, so I have oats in the morning and then I have my dark chocolate as my fats.
Perfect, yeah.
So I normally train pretty much early every day. And then it's either chicken and rice, chicken and potato post or cream of rice. I don't really
So you have
too
got them
much.
fats in the pre-workout a little bit.
Yeah, if I train in the morning. Rice cakes, honey, banana, stuff like that.
I
All
do
good
it,
around the training window.
Yeah, rice
One that I
cakes.
recommended to one of my clients recently, just to try and get them away from the squares bars. We've gone with a bagel with peanut butter and jam on at the moment.
I'm a big fan of a bagel. That's my pre-fuel usually.
Have bagels all the time.
Yeah. Cinnamon and raisin.
Such a quick release, and
It
it's
is.
easy to make, isn't it? Because you can just make it quickly. And that's a big one with your pre-workout meal, because a lot of people are going from work,
Yeah, they need
first thing in the morning. You want something quick, easy to make. Like you have a quick, easy meal in the morning, really. Quick, easy meal.
Yeah.
Squares bars easy to eat.
Yeah.
By keeping it as a simple carb as it should be, but making sure that you do put them little bits of fats in there, you're going to get the best performance from your session. And I also recommend anyone that struggles with digestion, simple supplement, glutamine,
Yeah.
go in there.
You
because-
got me onto that, haven't you? Yeah.
yeah, I got you onto that.
That's
Recently. I've recommended it to a few
Yeah.
clients that they were having the pre-workout meal, but it was sat on them a little bit. The digestion's a little bit slow, so we introduced the glutamine, and it's just helped that process, and making sure that the breakdowns in there.
Also, it depends what time you train, I suppose, doesn't it? First thing in the morning. Sometimes I don't. I would have like something really. If I'm training first thing in the morning, I probably wouldn't even have.
Train fasted.
Wouldn't train fasted, but I would probably just have a banana. But it depends. Again, it depends how late I ate the night before. If I've had like an evening bowl of cereal,
Yeah.
then I'm probably all right. I'm pretty carved up.
A lot of my clients who train early, I would say, and they always struggle to eat a lot first thing because they'll literally get up, pretty much go straight away. So just like shaking a banana, you'll be fine.
Easy. Protein, carb.
Post workout, I don't push fats in post workout.
No, I don't. It's more the pre-workout. It helps slow, at least a touch.
Yeah, and then post workout, it normally you want quick, easy digestible carbs. Fats are just gonna slow that down.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, just carbs and protein, easy. Form of carb and protein.
Yeah, if I'm training in the morning, usually overnight oats, which again in summer overnight oats are really good if you want like a colder breakfast. I quite like the overnight oats.
Ready to go in the morning.
Ready to go in the morning, prep it the night before.
Makes your morning simple.
Yeah, 100%.
My girlfriend's been making oat cakes, so she'll like bake them. She'll like have oats, puts honey in there, bit of whey protein, puts them into like little cupcake things,
Nice.
and she bakes like 12, and then like she has 2 or 3 of them in the morning.
It's enjoyable, easy, good to go.
Yeah.
Again, meal prep. It's done, ready to go.
Yeah, so-
Makes mornings easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely over the summer, like if you're wanting to keep in shape, I think accountability in and around nutrition is going to be your biggest one. Like, because if you're not keeping yourself accountable, if you're not even tracking what you eat, just do it for a couple of days, you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Like what's actually going into your body. And then once you know what's going in, you can make the simple changes across the week. You can go and do them social events, you can go to a barbecue. A lot of it's protein anyway. It's just watching your other choices. If you're going to drink in the summer, I never really like to say go for the lower calorie options. I say go and enjoy your drink because you're going to drink anyway. just make sure it doesn't impact the rest of the week.
I'm a big, it's so easy to just say,
aren't you? Like, I hate these ones that are like, oh, go for the lower calorie option, drink, because that's going to go for what
like
you
a
enjoy. If you're going for a social event, don't restrict yourself, but restrict yourself around the week.
Yeah, I would normally say go for the low calorie ones, but it's if people are like smashing the beers back, like that's the only thing I would say. If it's like a gin, or a lot of the women will drink gin and
Cocktails.
Yeah.
Cocktails are worse than beers.
yeah, true, but
Strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah.
In the summer for
I think the beers they rack up, don't they? It's
300 calories or something
Yeah.
like that, like a pint. Smash back load of them, mate.
As long as you're on it the next day.
Yeah,
that's it.
Morning.
it's hard.
Really off.
It'll be hard to get the fucking next day.
Not doing hair of the dog.
yeah, definitely don't stop
Yeah.
with another pint.
Yeah.
That's not the way
Yeah.
to go.
No.
But yeah, I think I just don't put off starting, or just stop. Don't stop.
Yeah, don't
Or-
stop. Because all you're going to do by the end of summer, you're going to feel awful.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in the shape that you wanted to by the end of summer. You know, all that work that you've been putting in this year, you pretty much wasted it.
Yeah.
About come August, you're like, Jesus Christ, I need to sort myself out.
You got festival season, which is the
Festival
biggest
season,
one.
if you go into the festivals. But just having that accountability across the week, knowing, I can enjoy socials, change the week up, go with maybe a fire to introduce salads into the daytime, look around the right choices when you're out and about, don't go crazy and have like 5,000 bloody calories on a big barbecue and a load of beers and everything else, because, that's going to take a little while to recover from.
Yeah.
But more than anything, the accountability side of things, like, I know all the clients that stay with me in summer have a mint summer because they're in the shape that they want to be.
Yeah.
They've still been able to enjoy all the socials. A lot of my clients do really go to like a maintenance phase, really, for summer, like for 6 weeks. They hold what they're looking like. They're out every weekend enjoying themselves, but they've not lost the progress they've made, and they're still feeling really good within themselves.
I think that's it. People like when they start a diet, or if they're debating whether to start, like they think diet's going to be super restrictive, just.
And I think it's an end
Just
point as
salad.
well.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It's
you
lifestyle.
need to lose a stone.
Yeah.
No, it's to feel good in yourself forever.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit too focused on the certain side.
It's almost like normal foods is like considered diet now.
Yeah, you can't eat normal because it's like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're having a pizza, why not?
Portion controlling as well. Portion control is
Yeah.
a massive one. Yeah, just making sure that you weighing your foods as well.
Yeah. If you haven't got a fucking food scale, then
Yeah.
God help you.
Yeah.
It's basic. It is basic, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
A lot of nutrition is basic, easy to follow.
People just overcomplicate it like fuck.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's very, very basic.
because it's so easy, it makes it hard, I think.
Yeah. And it's almost like people want something like
Magical answer.
yeah.
The magic pill.
It's, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But it's so basic. It's just normal foods.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah.
So what we said, the end of this episode, we're going to stick a load of recipes on, and what we will also do is throw these in a PDF for you that we can send email across to you. So if you're interested, drop a comment below and we'll get in touch.